honestly thought that I was going to do something like the Neon Ninja or the Vanguardian as my next 30k PR video. Yes, I know a lot because I've got a lot of Neon Ninja or Vanguardian comments, well, more specifically Neon Ninja. But only one person actually guessed right, which I'll put the comment right here on screen. Congratulations for guessing the character right. It is the Ice Age with the character that I will be doing the next, well, the current 30k PR video. This character, it was my fifth 30k PR character. I got this character before the Revenant, but I decided to do the Revenant first, and then so on and so forth until this character. Anyways, ramble aside, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Try not to spam the comments below. Guess which character do you think I'm going to do the next 30k PR video, and yeah, enjoy the Ice Age video. Yes, quite the transformation you got there, Ice Age. Last video you looked beautiful, now you look like this. Kill it with fire. Hello and welcome to another JNMG video. I'm your host JonNario, and today it is another 30k PR video. This time it is the 30k PR Ice Age. My Ice Age is currently sitting at 30,269 power rank. And my stats are as follow. There are very good stats in my opinion, but hey, at least it gets its job done. So yeah, let's get started with 315,424 magic damage, 87 movement speed, so yes, I do have movement speed gear, 162 attack speed, so I do not have attack speed gear, 49 jumps, I do have jump on my staff, 101.9% critical hit. That's a little bit higher than I would like. I would like at least 100% or 99%, so I do have critical hit rolls that I would not like. 1,495.8 critical damage, that's pathetically low, and 4,000 light. So the light is pretty high up there. The critical damage sucks. The critical hit is a little bit higher than I would like. 49 jumps is pretty high, but yeah, whatever. I'm not even using a critical hit on my weapon, and yeah, so I'm over 100%. 87 movement speed and yada yada yada. And 1.4 mil HP, that's one thing I forgot to mention. 1.4 mil HP, I do have a lot of HP with this character. So anyways, my gear is as follow. I am rocking a full set of Crystal 3 with no star, fully pearl, critical damage, movement speed on all pieces of gear. I'm rocking third step, magic fight on hat and face, and jump on staff. So far I haven't gotten like a magic fight on my staff. This is the best one that I've gotten. As of right now, it is still like second step reroll, so I'm not even risking to reroll the critical damage off. So I will wait until it's tomorrow, because it is still today it is Shadow Day or Monday, and I'm waiting until tomorrow so I can reroll the Crystal 3 staff. So I am rocking Prefect Penguin because this is a speed farming character. I want to be using the most movement speed possible. I do have a Magifying Stellar 3 ring. Arcane emblem because Arcane does in fact help out in like killing everything rather quickly. This is one thing that I will mention. I always use either Arcane or Martial, except with one character in particular. The reason being is I like to delete pretty much bosses or mobs. I like to kill them as fast as I can. So I will always use Arcane, Conjurer's Crucible because I do have high Magifying, and this triggers like rather quickly. And Unyielding because 2 shield of invulnerability, 2 seconds actually, 2 seconds of invulnerability is very good. Especially since this character can kill pretty much before 2-second hits. If you're hearing a lot of background noise, that's my dog trying to try to sleep, but yeah, hashtag dog. And I'm using the Mounted Cavalry Knight subclass because if I'm not running around at normal speed, I don't need like pretty much anything else, because this character, I do have a lot of HP. I'm using Unyielding. I don't need like more damage from lunacy mode, so I'm just using the Knight subclass for more movement speed when I'm running around with a mount. Normally I'm barely even using the mount, but yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna use the mount. and the extra flasks are great as well. So I will be going into my gems. My gems are as follow. I'm going with this one. This one I've gotten this one in the last recording, but because I did this recording yesterday, but I scrapped it because there's a lot of things that I forgot to mention in that video. So I'm doing this pretty much all over again. I got this one yesterday. It is 2 magic damage, 1 maximum health roll. It's not the best class gem that I've ever gotten, but it is at least better than the one that I did have, which it was a 2-star class gem. I got here a one of each. Maximum health, magic damage, crit damage is one of each. I got the best fire and power gem, which is a pyro disc. 3 crit hit roll. Yeah, it is pathetic, I know. Anyways, moving on, I do have a 2-1 magic on my lesser gem. 2-1 magic, 2-1 magic, 2-1 magic, 2-1 magic, and this one is a 2-1 crit damage. So I do have a lot of magic damage roll gem. That's why I have like 315,000, even though I have 4,000 light. That is a lot of magic damage considering that I have 4,000 light. The reason being is my lesser cosmic gems. It is a 2 light, 1 magic damage roll, and I have a 3 light roll right here. And also, since I'm using a full set of crystal 3, I do have a lot more light, and I do have a 1 light, 2 magic damage roll right here. So as you can tell, I still have some light roll, well, magic damage roll on my cosmic gems, and yeah. And I'm also using Empyrean Barrier, probably because this is the best one that I've gotten out of all of my empowered cosmic gems, and this one is pretty much the best one that I've got out of all of them. So yeah, those are my gems. This is my piece of gears, and this is my Ice Age, and I will be going into Uber 10 in 3, 2, 1. And we're here in Uber 10. So, how does the Ice Age fare in Uber 10? I'm on a streak. I'm not gonna say this on every single character, that every single character is amazing in Uber 10, but this character is actually one of the best characters out there for Uber 10. I've always said that this character was a complete class back in my other like 20 KPR video Ice Age, and it still is true to this day with the 30 KPR video Ice Age. The Ice Age is a complete class. It is amazing. It's not the best in terms of DPS. It is a consistent damaging class. It does have a lot of crowd control. It does have stun. Well, the freeze is pretty much like a stun effect that lasts for like forever, and the damage is high up there. Like, it has high multiplier on abilities. It has a movement speed like ability with its ult, and the ult also, it is like a 2 times damage increase to your magic damage. So if you combine that with arcane, you pretty much are dealing 4.5 times damage that your normal damage. So the ultimate ability is ridiculously overpowered. This character, it is amazing. So use with this character, you don't need to use like a specific stat. Like, you don't need to use a lot of light, because this character does have a lot of multipliers. It does help out a lot having high light. So use light if you want. This character, you can use it as a speed farmer, so crit damage, movement speed. You can also use a crit damage and attack speed and just use your basic, but I do not recommend you to use your basic only against bosses. That's the only thing that I would recommend you to do. If you have a lot of attack speed, or if you're using your ultimate ability and facing against a boss, and trust me, if you're facing against a boss, that's when you should be using your ultimate ability anyways. And use your basic attack if you want to kill the boss as fast as possible, because you're pretty much shooting at max attack speed with your ultimate ability. So right here, I'm just using my basic with ultimate ability and no arcane. So as you can tell, pretty much that boss got deleted, And seeing that you're tagging an enemy with your basic using like your class gem, if you're tagging an enemy using your class gem, using your basic attack, you will freeze the enemy. And freezing the enemy, pretty much all enemies will stand still for like 3 seconds. It's kind of ridiculous. If you don't do a lot of damage, I will suggest use your freeze ability. I do not know the name of it. Use this if you don't deal a lot of damage, especially if you're fighting against bosses or more so 3 stars. Like if you're fighting against 3-star bosses, you can use your freeze ability and they will not do anything for the pretty much until you kill them, because this is like 5 seconds of stun effect. It's really ridiculous. And this character is amazing. It's honestly so strong and it's so underrated that it hurts me when I see that this character is so underrated and underappreciated. And that is one of the reasons that maybe not a lot of people guessed this character, because it is a character that a lot of people say it's like, it's an Ice Age. The Ice Age does a lot of crowd control. The Ice Crush is amazing. It is the first ability that you get. So seeing that is the first ability that you get, you will be doing the same thing ever since like the beginning portion of the game. One thing that you're seeing on screen that I'm doing a lot is like I like to call animation cancel. The Ice Age, like the Shadow Hunter without the class gem, you can cancel out some certain animation. You can cancel out the Ice Crush animation with a basic attack, so you can throw down an Ice Crush with a basic attack at the same time, and you will do a little bit of extra burst damage. And if you do have like the class gem, you will do, not only you will do like the basic attack, you will freeze them with like the class gem. And if you hit the enemy 3 times with your basic, like this enemy is, for example, you can see it still triggers the class gem explosion. I did not use arcane just to prove a point right there. And the Ice Age is incredibly good. The burst damage is amazing. The crowd control is amazing. The multipliers are great. It has really good DPS, especially if you're using like your ultimate ability and using your basic. But even if you're not using your basic, you can just keep spamming Ice Crush and basic. The character, I will say it is probably the easiest to use out of all staff using characters, and probably the easiest to use in terms of all magic damage characters. It is not the strongest, not the fastest, not the highest DPS, but it is like the Revenant. It is so consistent and so forgiving that you pretty much freeze enemies won't hit you. You will have an incredible crowd control, so you don't even need to aim. Like for example, let's say like the Dino tamer, that you need to know how to throw your net, pretty much, even though the net is mostly throwing at your feet. But this character is just spamming Ice Crush and that's it. You will kill everything around you. It's such a forgiving class. And you also have like the freeze, like I mentioned before. You pretty much like, look at that. All the enemies just stand there and take it. And they're like, well, I'm dead. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The Ice Age, I will strongly recommend anyone to use it. If you haven't used the Ice Age, or if you haven't leveled up your Ice Age, trust me, you will use this character and you will know that this character is incredibly good. This character is incredibly good, incredibly powerful. Even at the beginning portion of the game, because you pretty much do this and you will kill everything around you. This character also has like pretty high multipliers. Ice Crush is 7.5. Again, well, 7 or 7.5, I don't remember. I believe it is 7.5 times damage. if it is 7.5 times damage, when you're in your ultimate ability, you're pretty much spamming an ability that does 15 times damage each and every single time for 5 seconds. Like, you can throw 2 Ice Crush every second. Well, technically, almost twice every second. It is like a 0.75 cooldown. But you can throw an Ice Crush almost twice a second, considering that you have 5 seconds of pretty much double damage without Arcane. You technically, if it is 15 times damage, it is the same damage as the Candy Barbarian's ultimate ability. The Candy Barbarian's ultimate ability, it is the second strongest ability in the entire game in terms of raw multiplier. The strongest is the Shadow Hunter's ult, and then it is the Candy Barbarian's. After that one, it is like a tied with this character, Ice Crush, and the ultimate ability combination. So you're seeing on screen, I'm dealing 42 mil damage with a character that is only 30k PR. A 30k PR character dealing 42 mil damage, it is no joke. The only character that probably has done the same amount of damage as this character were the Knight and the Shadow Hunter. The Knight reason being is because the Knight is pretty much maxed out in light, and it has like incredibly high stats. And the Shadow Hunter has the ultimate ability which pretty much deletes everything. And so far those are the only 2 characters that have done that deals well over 40 mil damage. And it is incredible. This character is incredible. Strongly suggest anyone to use it. I will complete this 5-star dungeon, because this 5-star dungeon apparently is like my favorite dungeon, because it appears in every single video apparently. So common, I really hate it. And yeah, so that is all I have to say with the Ice Age. It is a complete class. It is still one of the strongest class in the game. It is still a top tier grinder. It is also a really good Shadow Tower class. So if you want to use like this character as really high coefficient, so you can use it for Shadow Tower, you can do so and still do well in U10. The same as like the Revenant. You know that the Revenant, you can do incredibly well without light. This character, it is the same. You can do incredibly well without light. So if you don't have light on your gear, then you can do incredibly well. Still, you can do like insane damage. Like a maxed out Ice Age can do almost the same amount of damage, or pretty much even more damage than I do here with this Ice Age with 4000 light. It's honestly that incredible. One thing that I will mention, I don't know if it is a bug or something. There's something going on with the Ice Age. Let's see if it happens. Let me just heal up. There we go. See? That is one thing that I've noticed. One thing that I have definitely noticed is that the Ice Age for some reason takes a lot of knockback. I don't know why. I don't know why is this happening. I don't know if this is only on Uber 10. I will put like a text on screen if it is only on Uber 10 or if it happens on Uber 9. So, future me here. I've actually discovered what is the cause of this glitch. It is apparently unyielding emblem. I don't know if it is an old glitch that's been happening with the Ice Age, but from the looks of it, it is only happening with if you use unyielding. Unyielding normally does is that you don't take any knockback, any damage whatsoever, but with the Ice Age you don't take any damage, but you do take the knockback, and you get sent flying across the map like crazy. So be aware, it is the unyielding emblem, the actual problem with the Ice Age knockback. It does work in every single world, so if you're in Uber 8, Uber 9, Prime World, Water World, whatever, you will take a lot of knockback from this. So be aware, if you're using unyielding emblem with the Ice Age, you will get this knockback like crazy. Anyways, I'll let Past Me take over. So yeah. But yeah, it is one of the more annoying things about the Ice Age. That is one thing that I will definitely say, that is, you have to be aware that this is a thing. It is a glitch. I don't know if it is a glitch or a bug or something. I will say it is a glitch because it happens. It happened after the U10 update. And yeah, one thing that I'll also recommend, I forgot to mention, it is the, I know that I say that the ultimate ability you have to use it on bosses, but if you do enough damage that you don't even need to use it on bosses, you can do so just randomly running around, because the ultimate ability not only gives you like the damage increase, it also gives you a lot of movement speed. So if you want to move around incredibly quickly from dungeon to dungeon, you can use the ultimate ability to move around. So that is one thing that I do quite a lot, considering that this ultimate ability is, it serves like a lot of purposes. You can use it as a damage buff, or you can use it as a movement speed buff. And honestly, it's one of the better things about the Ice Age. The ultimate ability is incredibly good. You can build it for cooldown reduction, but I strongly do not recommend it. But yeah, anyways, completing this 5-star dungeon. I know I ramble more than I should. And yeah, so the Ice Age is good. It is one of the top tier classes for U10. It's one of the strongest. That knockback. It's one of the strongest characters out there. It has consistent damage, really good AoE. It has an incredibly powerful ultimate ability, and it does quite a bit of burst damage. It's good in Curse Skull. It's good in Shadow Towers. It's good in U10 in general, and is honestly one of the best characters out there. If you haven't used an Ice Age, I will strongly suggest you do. And yeah, that is all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around as always. If you have an Ice Age, let me know which power rank are you. And also what you think of the Ice Age if you haven't, well, if you use it already. Leave a like if you want to help the channel grow. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And that is all for today. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and keep on hunting. And we're nearing 450 subscribers. The channel has been blowing up like crazy. I cannot thank you guys enough, because it's incredible. Like, the amount of support has just been incredible. Everyone's been loving like the 30k PR video, and I've loved doing like the 30k PR video, giving my opinion on certain characters. And yeah, that is all I have to say. Thank you once again for the support, and see ya.